What's going on YouTube? It is your girl Lauren Finesse, and can we just have a quick discussion real quick? Can we have a discussion? I don't do a lot of celebrity blog gossip news, but every once in a while there is there's something that pops up on the timeline, and I'm just like, yeah, I want to talk about it. So first things first, please. Ooh, the skin. The skin is skinning, y'all. I don't know where this came from. I got a pimple out of nowhere. But other than that pimple, the skin is skinning. My dough miso wig is still holding up. Like, it's a vibe. Anyway, please go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. It is free 99. Y'all already knew I was going to say that. Let's get me over the hump, right? Let's get over the hump. We're about to go into 2024. I think I started this year with probably like 300 subscribers. So I only got like 300 subscribers this year, but we got to get over this hump to the 1,000, y'all. We got to get over the hump. I'm doing more consistent content. And if you guys like this video, at the end of the video, if you like the perspective, if you want me to do more celebrity hot topics, not necessarily gossip, but like hot topics, let me know, because I see all of this stuff and I always have an opinion, but I don't always discuss it because, child, everybody and their mama on the internet got an opinion about everything every single day, and it is overwhelming for me just seeing it. So I don't know if I would want to be reporting on it, but let me know if that's what y'all want to see and y'all want me to try that out. Let me know. I'll do it for y'all. This isn't just about me. This channel is our channel. Okay, so I'll do it if y'all want me to. But first, y'all gotta subscribe, y'all gotta like, y'all gotta comment, y'all gotta share the video, and we gotta get over the 1,000 hump. So that being said, some little quick house cleaning items, y'all. I have been in Arizona the past month and a half. Been very diligent, been very disciplined, been very motivated with my workout, and I am really starting to look snatched. Like, the body is starting to body like never before, and I am just like, you know how I don't know if everyone has had this experience, tell me if you have, but you know how you have this good, and it isn't just with weight loss, with anything. You just have this like good rhythm of doing something, and you keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it. And like the moment you see rewards from it or results from it, it makes you take a step back. I think in Chicago, there were a lot more distractions, and here there aren't. So just take a look at the body. The body is bodying, okay? And I haven't had that many distractions. But this week I did get a car. I got me an Audi SUV, and now I'm mobile and I can move around. So I just want to stay focused. I did go to the gym today, and I recently started on like working on my core. I always work legs. That's why my thighs are always so thick. Like, I always work legs. Secondly would be like cardio, then arms, and like I rarely ever get to core. But I saw this video on Instagram, and well, a couple of them recently. Like, my algorithm has been like, girl, here. But I saw this like move with the, you pull from, I don't know the name of the thing, but the thing that you can pull the weights down on it, and you can interchange the pieces, the pulley pieces. If you do this to the side, if you do this one where you pull it down next to you, and if you do like, I'll put the video here. If you do like those like push-ups off the weight bench, that is supposed to give you the I've been doing that for 2 weeks, and y'all, and I don't know if it's any men watching. Fellas, this is not for you, because fellas, y'all walk in the gym and lose 15 pounds. Like, y'all metabolism just real different. Men, y'all say, you know what, I want to lose some weight, and as soon as y'all walk in the gym, the air hits you and you done lost 15 pounds. For my ladies who are mid to late 30s, 40s, 50s, and up, we have to do triple, quadruple time to lose like 5 pounds. So anyway, I've been just like adding core to my workout, And y'all, and that's only been in the past 2 weeks. So in the past 2 weeks, 2 weeks of me adding these like exercises to like shape my, like slim my waist and like define my back, I'm seeing the results, y'all. And it's only been 2 weeks. So I want to stay on that. I want to stay with my YouTube. We're going to get over this hump. Because I think once we get to 1,000, we're going to get to 10 and 20. It's going to like grow so quick. So we're going to do that. We're going to stay consistent in the gym. And yeah, we're going to step up the content. So all of that being said, and you've already seen the thumbnail, so it's no surprise. Jonathan Owens and his wife, the Simone Biles. So we all saw this week, he did an interview with the podcast. I can't think of the name of the podcast, and it's on the tip of my tongue. But he did an interview with the podcast with Channing Crowder, Ryan Clark, Fred Taylor, and Brandon Marshall used to be on there. I don't know what happened to him, if he comes back sometimes. Lou Young frequently like guest appearances on there. And somebody like me, for the record, guys, I watch a lot of sports. Even today, I went to FanDuel. There's a FanDuel location here in Arizona. My first time going, it was really good. Side note, sidebar. But I watch a lot of sports, and so when I saw it, and at first glance, I was like, oh, I don't know. Like the headlines will fool you. The headlines will be clickbait, and they'll say something to grab your attention. That's their job. What I think a lot of people need to start doing is reading the full article or watching the full video. Like, you need context. And, of course, the clickbait is what's going to draw you in. But before you make an opinion, and before you take a stance, and before you be on the internet arguing with people, please, just for your own reference, for your own peace of mind, know the facts first, okay? Like, please do not be one of those people online arguing about stuff and you don't even have all the information, okay? Now, I said that to say, when I first saw the clip of Jonathan Owens, he basically was telling the story about how him and Simone met, and they were on a dating app called Raya, which you guys, if you don't know, that is a dating app that you have to get like a referral from someone who's already on the app to get in the app. Like, it's not for everybody. Like, you have to know somebody to know somebody. So the people that are on there are basically, you're verified and official, even before you create the profile to start liking people. Like, to even get a profile, you're verified. So he says he was in Arizona, okay? And one of his friends told him to look up to get on Raya. He said I forget what he said. He said he was doing something and they matched. And then he said he was going to respond, but he decided to do something else. And then she had liked a bunch of pictures on his Instagram. He saw that, still didn't respond, decided to do something else. And by the time he had taken a shower and sort of, I guess, winded down for the day, she then had messaged him on the app. They started talking, let him tell it. He didn't know who she was. And he saw that she just had a lot of followers on Instagram. So in his mind, he's like, oh, she must be somebody. But he didn't know who she was. Let me stop right there. Let's put a pin on that right there. Let's stop here. With anybody, if you meet someone and you guys exchange social media or whatever, if you don't know them and they are a public figure, Google is your best friend. I'm not saying you need to Google everyone, but if you, sir, and I think this happened in 2020 when they met on Raya. If you met in 2020, and you know that you were someone who was recently cut from the football team, from a football team, and this woman is verified with millions of subscribers, followers, why wouldn't you Google who she was? If you genuinely truly didn't know, and not that you have to, or that this is a prerequisite, but like, if you saw that she had, because in 2020 she absolutely had millions of followers, and sir, you did not. I don't even know if you were verified in 2020. I looked at their Instagram today, so here are the numbers today, okay? And so if I were to assume in 2020, she absolutely was sitting at least 5 million followers, and he probably had maybe 150,000 in 2020. Maybe. I'm giving him like the top of my assumption. Why wouldn't you just Google? But okay, fine. You don't have to Google. And I want y'all to listen to this whole thing because y'all are going to be very surprised at where I'm going with this. So let's take the pen out of it. So they meet. They instantly have a good connection. For whatever reason, he also throws in that she drove 45 minutes to come and see him. And they meet. They hit it off. Shortly after they were boyfriend and girlfriend, shortly after that, they got married. All right. I watched the interview, and after watching the interview, so before I had an opinion, because everybody can have an opinion. Let's be clear. That's why they say opinions are like assholes, because everyone has an opinion about something, about everything. Everyone has an opinion. The problem comes when y'all voice the opinion out loud without having all the facts. That's when you look really silly, because everybody can have an opinion and say what they want. But when you say it out loud and you don't have all the facts, you look dumb. I'm just going to say you look dumb. When you just rush to judgment, rush to assumption without having all the facts and then voice it out loud, you look crazy, in my opinion. So I watched the interview, and, the interview starts with him talking about his background. Okay. His mom, he's from St. Louis. His mom was poor. He was a late bloomer. Okay. His senior year of high school, he tore his ACL, and he had already been recruited to go to college. I had confirmed that's where he was going to go. And so come to find out, he tore his ACL senior year, and they told him, still come. Now, he's a good looking man. I think what he looks like played a factor too. Honestly, listen, there is a thing called pretty privilege, okay? And the man looks good. He's pretty, okay? And so even though he tore his ACL, the college that he committed to still told him, still come and we'll still suit you up and you'll rehab and you'll get better and we'll go from there. Now, mind you, self-admittedly, he says, he really was not like the star athlete in high school. And it wasn't until senior year that he kind of grew into his football body and sort of the mindset of like, okay, I have a real chance of making it to the league, I'll say. In any event, so he gets cut 5 times. And when he finally makes it to a team where he's starting to show himself, he was on the practice squad for 3 years. Okay. So now I'm just giving you what he said, his background. Additionally, let's be real. Uh-oh, my light just went out. Don't worry about it. Additionally, he's dating Simone Biles. So let's also put a pin in that. That plays a factor, okay? Just like with Travis Kelce, and he's dating Taylor Swift, right? Like, she is the star of the game and she's not even on the team. Okay. So, it plays a factor when you're in a high profile relationship that more people are going to look at you. And I said all that to say this. I don't think that he was wrong in what he said. I think it wasn't tactful. It was tacky, as a matter of fact. There were certain parts of what he said that I think were unnecessary to say. In mixed company, being, people that you really don't know, and in an interview environment that millions of people will see. The first one being how you were ignoring her, okay, making it seem like she was thirsty. You saying that you were fighting, wanting to be committed, again, as if you were the best, which he called himself the catch. He says he's the catch. So, and he truly felt this way. Side note, Channing Crowder is so fucking ugly. Like, I'm glad he got his teeth fixed, but it was very cringy. As soon as Jonathan walked in, he was like, hey, Red Bone, yeah, we the Red Squad. We red and fine. All this Channing, you are ugly as fuck, and you're still ugly. You got your teeth fixed. Like, hooray for you getting your teeth fixed, but you're still ugly. And it was very cringy for him to keep saying like, yeah, we the red squad, we the red bones, we fine, I'm just like, who is we? Like, Jonathan is gorgeous. Let's not get twisted, okay? He's gorgeous, but like, Channing, sit down. And it was icky. It was so fucking icky. Anyway, he wasn't tactful with saying, like I said, saying that he was ignoring her, saying that he was fighting, wanting to be in a committed relationship with her, and that she drove 45 minutes to see him when they first matched. It was like, those are like little things that were just so unnecessary to say out loud in mixed company. Tell your truth. Tell the story. That's how you guys met. But there were just certain things that I think rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. The second thing, he said he didn't know her. I don't know if he knew her or not. Today, they have found this man's tweets from 2012. And he was very much so engaged in Gabby Douglas, who is also a gymnast, and her accolades and what she was doing. And like, you can go look at the tweets. He was very much involved. So to go from that involved in gymnastics and knowing who Gabby Douglas is, but not knowing who Simone Biles is, when Simone Biles is the most decorated gymnast ever. And that's including both men and women. So she's essentially the best in the world. From if we're just talking about accolades, okay, she has the most medals. I think she has like 38. That's the most ever, men or women. So in her sport, so it's kind of like, Jonathan, like, you knew who Gabby was, but you know who she was. But okay. And that was from 2012, I think. So definitely Simone was on a team in 2013, 2014. But she wasn't who she is today. But if you were watching that hard, but okay, he says he didn't know her. That rubbed people the wrong way because, again, she is so decorated and accomplished. It was hard for people to believe that. But if he says he didn't know her, that's fine. I'm okay with that. And so that was the interview. Now, let me say this. I think that they seem to be in love. They seem to be happy. And I'm all here for it. He's young. I think that from hearing his background, he comes from humble beginnings. And I think that him growing into this football player who is heavily wanted by a lot of women. Okay, and y'all know how they be. You know how they be for an athlete, whether you on the bench or whatever. If you on the team, they are on your heels, right? So I'm sure he was in high demand by countless beautiful women, okay, of every shade. And so I do believe his attitude towards, not wanting to be in a committed relationship, and his attitude of like, oh, she's kind of messaging me and reaching out to me, but I'm going to play it cool and I'll get back to her when I can. I think all of that is fine. Hearing that he comes from a humble beginnings, I think that's where his cockiness is coming from, and him saying those things in that interview as it related to Simone. I don't think they were digs at Simone. I don't. Hear me out. The comments that Jonathan was making, I do not believe were digs at Simone personally. Hearing his story and how he grew up, it just seems to me that he understands the gravity of his wife and who she is in the world. And on paper and as far as status and as far as, societal levels, she is absolutely on a higher level than him. And I think him saying those things in the interview was not to demean her. It was more to boost himself up. And I'm not mad at it. They're happy. And if she ain't mad, we can't be mad. Okay. If he says he didn't know her, he didn't know her. It's fine. But I think you guys should watch the whole interview because, quite honestly, he does get into a segment where he is bigging her up. But of course, they will not air that part. They won't air the part where he is saying that Simone is like his biggest fan and he doesn't listen to anyone but her because he knows that her opinion is honest. When she critiques him about what he's doing on the field, he takes it to heart because he knows that she knows what she's talking about. And so she is not only his wife, but she is a confidant. She is an advisor, a counselor to him. And he welcomes that. And I thought that was very beautiful. But of course, they're not going to play that for the clickbait and for the little short for you to watch. Of course, they're not going to play that part. He was bigging up her. He was like, you know what? He was like, she is the best. And it made him feel like he's the best. Like you know, how she relates to him and what he's doing and gives him advice. He knows it's coming from the best and he receives it. And look at what has happened. Okay, now he is being watched. He is getting his just due, his accolades, his, like, people are watching him now. And I think it's something to be said where when you're around the best, you become the best. And he absolutely gave his wife, Simone Biles, he did give her that recognition. And it just sucks that the clickbait took away from that, because it really was a good interview. And it wasn't just about their relationship, but hearing his upbringing, hearing the trials and tribulations that he has gone through as a man, a young man, and as a player, it was a lot. And so I feel bad because people on the internet will attack you. They will attack you. They will attack you without having all the facts. And it just sucks because they seem very happy. So that's that. Okay, that's that. Shout out to Jonathan Owens and his wife, Simone Biles Owens. Shout out to them because she has genuinely made him better. And that's what it seems like. She has made him a better player and a better person. And he is receiving of that and gives her the praise for that. So shout out to them, y'all. Give the man a break. Watch the full interview first and then come back and then we could, you know what I mean? That's that. The second thing that I want to talk about, because I don't want to trigger anyone, but the next story I want to talk about, trigger warning, I don't want this to trigger anyone because this story, like, is sad all the way around and it kind of pissed me off a little bit, y'all. So there is a mom of 4. She has 4 girls in Dallas, Fort Worth. And she's been living in this home for 6 years. And she had continuous break-ins. It's my understanding she had about 3 to 4 existing police reports of her home being burglarized. I believe that, 3 of those happened when her family wasn't home. But in the most recent case, she was home with her children. She was cleaning her house. And she heard her daughter's bedroom window open. Because her home had been burglarized multiple times, to which she reported it to her property management company and they didn't do anything. The police didn't do anything. Now she's in the house while someone is burglarizing her home. And she goes ahead and she shoots down the hallway through the window. It hits a 14-year-old boy. He was trying to burglarize her home. He was only 14. Now, let's stop there. This woman has 4 daughters, and he was coming through her daughter's window. Her thinking fast, hey, I've been, trying to do it the right way, calling the police. No one has done anything, so it's like I have to protect my family now. And we'll get into that. We'll get into it in a minute, but just let me finish. So she shoots and kills the 14-year-old. And then the property management, they gave her 30 days to vacate the premises. They evicted her because she wasn't supposed to have a gun on their property. The news reached out to the property management company. They told the reporter to call corporate. They called corporate, and corporate said, please refer to the bylaws of the local property management. So basically they sent them in a circle because basically y'all don't know what's going on. And I hope she sues the pants off of that entire property management company and gets millions of dollars and someplace nice and safe for her 4 children. That's one. 2, The mom of the 14-year-old, and I'm not mad at her because she, your kids are kids, right? We don't know what they're doing when they're not with us. That's just the reality. Think about when you were 14 and the things that you were doing that your parents didn't know about. I know there were things that me and my friends and my cousins that we were doing at 14 that our parents did not know we were doing. And it was stupid, the things we were doing. But if something were to happen, of course, the parent's first reaction is, oh my God, you killed my child. My child was so loving. My child was caring. My child was smart. My child was ambitious and da-da-da. And all of that is fair. So I'm not blaming the mom. But the mom is upset because she said, my child had his whole life ahead of him and he loved life and he was going to be successful. And, she went on a slight tangent about how great her son was. And sadly, her son was mixed in with the wrong people because he was burglarizing people's homes. And even the Kia boys, y'all, if y'all seen the Kia boys, these kids be young. They be 12, 13, 14, still in cars. They just be doing the wrong thing. And these parents, why don't you know where your kids are? When we were younger, like when I was 14, like it was a lot safer outside. Like now it is like a free for all everywhere. And it's quite sad. Like you can't just walk home from school. You know what I mean? Like you got to worry about someone shooting you and gangs. And I'm from Chicago, y'all. So when I'm saying this, I'm saying it from a place of probably an extreme case, right? Chicago is an extreme case of violence and gangs and, that whole thing. But that's a real thing. Like you can't walk home from school and it's sad for the kids. And then the kids get wrapped up in stuff like this. So anyway, the 14-year-old is deceased. The mom is evicted. She has 4 daughters. Now, they didn't get into her background, but I'm like, where's the father or fathers? Where are they? Where is he? Okay, because not to say that if there was a man in the house that wouldn't have happened, but the chances of them breaking into that home, if there was a man there, in my opinion, would be way lower, right? The chances would have been way lower of them victimizing that particular house. And it's just kind of, I don't want to get into a whole thing like, because the men blame the women blame the men, and it's like the chicken or the egg, which came first. I don't even want to get into that cycle, but I'm just saying in general, where's the children's father or fathers? Where are they? Where is he? And maybe the mom could be the issue. I'm not saying that she's not the issue, but I feel like men have to be, it's hard to say because I don't want to blame anybody. It's no one's blame. It's not even about blame. But sometimes women do foul things and it will definitely push a man away. And men will do things to get away. And they will do things to get pushed away. And so it's like, you know what I mean? Again, the chicken versus the egg, which came first. And it's really sad. And I hope that the father or the fathers don't come running back now, like, because she definitely about to get some money. She's 100% about to get something. And I hope that the mom of the teen who lost his life doesn't try to pursue any charges against the victim who was being burglarized in sort of like a civil case, because your child, baby, I'd be suing you. Don't play. Because why you ain't know where your child was? And if you did know, why you didn't know he was burglarizing people? And then, I don't know if this happened in the daytime or the nighttime. They didn't say, the time of day that this happened, but she said she was cleaning up. So if I were to just assume, I would say that this happened like in the midday, right? Like maybe like 2, 3, 4, or, it's the wintertime, like it gets dark earlier. So maybe it was 5, 6 and it was dark. I don't even know if it was dark. I honestly don't even know if it was dark. But the problem is that lady should have known where her child was. He was 14 and he was harassing and burglarizing people. And it's sad that he lost his life. And I'm more sad for the mom who has these 4 daughters who was evicted because she wasn't supposed to have a gun. okay, what do you want me to do to protect myself and my family? And thankfully she had a gun, because what if the 14-year-old had a gun? They didn't say if he did or he didn't, but what if there was an instance where he had a gun and he was with someone else, and maybe they picked up the gun, or maybe the other person he was with had the gun and he was the person to open the window? Who knows? But it's a sad story overall. This happened in Dallas, Fort Worth. You guys can look it up if you want to know more. The mom said she didn't know what she was going to do. You know, people in the comments were telling her to make a GoFundMe. And I think if there were a case where a GoFundMe is needed, that's one of them. Because for you to give this woman 30 days in the middle of the holiday season to get out with her 4 children, that's crazy. And it's from my understanding that this housing is like federally subsidized, which, yes, in that case, you can't have a gun. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know, when you're in subsidized housing, there are a lot of rules. And I think one that is pretty, you know, that translates across most of them is that you can't have a firearm. However, I don't know what else she could have done. Hit him with a pan, or like what? Tussle with him? What was she supposed to do? So they're trash for that. And especially this time of year. It's literally Christmas, New Year's, and you want her to find a place to live with 4 kids. I'm sure she spent her money on like making her kids Christmas happy. So I hope she creates a GoFundMe. If she does, I'll definitely donate. These are the types of things that I think GoFundMe was made for, you know. All right, guys. I have been doing errands all day. I am about to go and get into the shower and make me some dinner. I think I'm going to make me some garlic shrimp on like a lettuce. I bought the lettuce half, so I'm going to put the shrimp on there with like some guac and some pico de gallo. I also got some Hennessy. It is Saturday. I haven't had anything to drink. So I do want to have me a little cocktail for Saturday night. And my son is coming tomorrow for Christmas Eve. So I'm so excited. My heart is so full. It's so full. Anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing holiday, an amazing new year if I don't see you before then. And yeah, let's get over the hump, okay? Tell a friend, push that subscribe button, and let us go up. All right, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.